Oh my gosh. I think I'm gonna lose my nail gun privileges, dude. Okay, welcome back to the Ridge. So this week we are continuing to build and frame our small house here. Now I'm working with my friends at Ellis Earthworksand Custom Homes on this project, but they're actually not going to be able to make it out today. They're on another project. So I'm gonna get started today framing up some interior walls. My dad's in town, so he actually might be able to help me out a little bit, but I'm pretty intimidated by it because I am still a total beginner at this stuff. So let's get to work. And a huge thanks to Surfshark for sponsoring this episode. So I think I'm gonna start with the easiest one, which is this one straight wall for Desiree in my bedroom. So I think the very first thing I'm gonna do is just measure and mark exactly where this wall is gonna go. Come on, Jordan, do some math. Okay, 5.5 inches, that's 10 foot 7.5, 10 foot 2.5. Okay, so we're going 10 foot 2.5. All right, so now do the same thing over there. 10, 2.5. So now that I got my two marks on either end, figure it's time to set up the laser and get a good sense of exactly where this wall is going to be. So the top of the wall is going to be right in between these two trusses all the way down. And so what we've decided to do is to do 2x4 blocking every 2 feet. But that blocking is going to have to be 1.5 inches higher than the bottoms of the trusses. Then we're going to have 2x6s running that way. Hopefully those 2x6s will be flush with the bottom of the trusses. That'll give us like material to nail the tops of the wall to. I think it's a good plan. So we got the laser set up, it's in place. We're just gonna put these 2x6s up, get them lined up with the laser, and then nail it. Okay, so you can see we got the laser right on the corner, and so we just gotta match this guy. Okay, I'm good, let's nail it. We just measured the height that the wall needs to be, so we wrote down every measurement that we got. It's off by a total of 1/4 inch across the entire thing. That's the most variation. And so we just split the difference, and we're gonna make the wall like the average, basically. We're ready to start doing layout, which I'm nervous about because pretty much every time the guys have let me do a layout, I've messed up somehow. I'm gonna be curious to see if I can pull this off without messing up. Okay, so the first thing I do is mark all the studs, which are gonna be 16 on center, so every 16 inches. So now we gotta figure out the positions of the two doors. I'm gonna have to do some math. 2 foot 8.5, 3.5, exactly 3 feet. No, oh my gosh, I did that totally wrong. 7.1/2, 3.5 inches. I believe center of this door should be 4 foot 7.5 inches from the outside of the building. So it's gonna. All right, here we go, gonna start nailing. This is the part where I really hope that I got this layout right. We're done framing this first wall, and I made a mistake that I don't think will end up being a problem. I had intended for that plate to be the bottom plate, but now it's the top. But I don't actually think that that'll be a problem. We'll just have to lift it like this, slide it over, something like that. I think it's gonna be okay. Okay, the wall is in. So we still gotta finish the other half of this wall. I'm so pumped, man. We did something. We did something on our own. That's very exciting. And it worked, and I didn't make any mistakes, which is crazy. So I'm actually learning that stuff like the siding delivery mix-up that happened in last week's episode is actually pretty common in building. But what it means is that I'm constantly logging on to my supplier accounts, managing orders, handling refunds and returns. And when I'm handling mistakes like this in real time as I'm working, I don't want any of my login details or credit card information getting intercepted by cyber criminals or hackers. That's why we're working with Surfshark VPN as today's sponsor. Surfshark encrypts my internet connection, which means that all of the info that I'm sending over the internet, my login information, credit card numbers, account information, is all scrambled up so that it can't be read if somebody tries to intercept that data. Plus, when ordering materials online, I get a lot of emails. But scammers can sometimes send fake versions of these things that look really convincing. And that's why I love Surfshark's Clean Web feature, which helps to block malicious websites and known phishing pages if you accidentally end up clicking on something that you shouldn't. So if you want to check it out, head over to surfshark.com/Atticus or use code Atticus at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN. And there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it out risk-free. Another thing I just realized is yesterday, the intention was for the crowns to all be going that way with this wall, but then I accidentally swapped the bottom for the top. So now all the crowns face this way. So it's important that the crowns for this new wall match the crowns on that wall. Otherwise, once we put drywall on the whole wall, one part of the wall will like kind of pop out and the other part of the wall will kind of pop in a little bit. So I gotta remember to swap this as well. So this was marked top. Now I'm gonna mark it bottom. And I gotta remember for the door, that's the bottom. Oh, shoot. Well, first mistake of the day. So I just nailed the king stud right here for the door. So this is gonna be king and then jack. But I forgot that before you actually nail the king or jack to the plate, it's best to like build the king jack combo. So you actually lay the jack on top of the king and nail them together as one unified piece, and then you nail both of them to the plate. And so I need to remove this king and get the nails out of the plate. Okay, so this is how you're meant to build a king jack combo. So you lay the jack on top of the king, you flush everything up, and then you nail. There we go. There we go. Okay, there we go. I don't think I messed up. Like, I obviously made little mistakes, but I corrected them before they were a part of the building, which was the main goal. So yeah, I'm pumped about that, man. All right, so guys are back and we are gonna be starting on interior walls today. I shouldn't say starting, we already built the best wall in the house. All right, Tyler, which wall we starting with?
We're gonna start with this tub wall because it has to be a specific dimension.
What Tyler was saying is that we're gonna start with the bathroom walls because they're the ones that actually have code requirements. So there's no code requirement for the bathtub itself, but it needs a specific dimension for the bathtub. And then the toilet is right next to it, and the toilet does have code requirements, needs specific spacing on either side. So we're gonna do bathtub wall, then the wall that creates the toilet, little alcove, and then from there we can start building out the rest.
To be centered on that window, we would actually need to be pushed out, something like that.
Yeah, let me check the plan real quick.
That's why we do this one first, because it is the only one that's got the funk.
Cool, so what we've been talking about is the space that the designer gave us for the toilet is way excessive compared to what you need with code, and that's because he put a little linen cabinet next to the vanity. And so basically that whole wall is out more than it needed to be. We were getting confused because the toilet cavity was just like excessively large, or the toilet alcove was just excessively large, and that was tripping us up. Yeah, there are just like a huge number of details here, because some measurements are from the inside of the wall, some measurements are from the outside of the wall, and then obviously you're adding up different dimensions to figure out the lengths of the walls, so there's a lot of ways that you could mess up. Okay, so this number is going to be 6'8" plus 2 foot 2.5. That's going to be 8 foot 10.5.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So the math. Got it. So you guys tack it to the line on the bottom, then you level it, and then you kind of figure out if you have to do something on the top to secure it.
We'll come in and put a piece of dead wood in, right beside the, or in between those two raptors if you want to tie this guy off, make him real secure.
Right there.
Got it. So just go flush on the bottom there onto the wall here.
Yeah, and you could even go all the way to the end of that wall.
Got it.
Yep, that should do it.
Ready? Man, I gotta get better at not double nailing. So I have learned my lesson when nailing up walls to always make sure that I tell the difference between a C and a J, and always to like double check, okay, is the king not on the jack? And it is on the king spot. Dang
He
it.
came up here just to catch you.
I know, Dakota shows up. Yeah, so I did mess up on this wall, damn it. Tyler just saw I nailed that stud on the wrong side of the line. Oh, man. I like just talked to the camera about how careful I'm being too.
At least you got the door right.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna lose my nail gun privileges, dude. I just nailed another one on the wrong side.
We should have moved.
This guy right here. Just so you can see, basically, one side has a very tiny X. I'm gonna call that a very small X. But yeah, so I always gotta put the wood on the X, which I'm not doing a great job right now.
Looking at the X like, don't put it here.
Yeah, no wood here.
It's okay, Jordan.
It's okay, guys.
Can't mess nothing up if you're not doing something.
That's a great way to put it.
We're gonna need a wall T stud. We need another stud cut. 2 of them.
Let's see if I'm able to not mess up a wall, shall we? Yeah, so I noticed that when they were nailing the bottom plate, normally what I've seen them do is nail right against the studs because there's a stud below it with the previous walls. But here, there's no studs in this direction. It's not the same layout. So they found the trusses, which they know that this breaks on a truss. So they nailed into the truss. And they did that mostly to make sure that the nails won't affect the plumber after the fact or the electrician, because plumbing and electrical will run under the floor. And if there's giant nails poking through, that could mess them up.
So we got that one wall running towards the stairs with a door in it. And then that long one running back to the end of the closet also with a door in it.
On the stairs.
Yeah. And then we're leaving that one open, the one running back. So it should be 4-1 plus 7-6, and that will be to the inside of your 2x6 wall on the outside.
Yeah, so it's interesting. It does make sense that when you start framing interior walls and laying them out, it's harder because you have fewer references. But now that we've got all of this in exactly the right spot, we can measure off of it, off of this wall. So we've got a lot more existing stuff to like get measurements off of. It's so crazy that like in the age of like Starlink, space travel, you know, AI, we still use chalk lines. Like they're still the best tool. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's kind of cool how like some tools are just so good.
You know, the Egyptians used 2 sticks that were the same length with a string tied to them, and they'd have a third one that they would see, and that's how they would tell if something was straight or not. They would put the 2 sticks on the edges and just run a block down it.
Huh.
Same method. We still use it.
That's so cool. Yeah.
They had it figured out a long time ago.
Anthony, I like the big X's, dude. You're trying to help me out. I appreciate it. You should just write Jordan, put it here.
Big arrows for both.
Yes. Did Dakota shoot the wrong side of the line?
Somebody f***ed up. I didn't f*** up.
Clearly, you're supposed to follow this line.
Yeah, but somebody else. That side dead space in the middle.
I see.
There, so you knew they weren't touching.
So the thing you got to do if you mess up is blame other people.
Anybody else.
I just don't know how to read good.
Yeah.
The rule is you blame it on the guy that isn't here.
Cody. I blame Cody or Ock.
Yeah. I hate to say in the last episode, that was you, Tyler. Yeah. In the one I'm working on.
Who wrote that number, Larry? Wasn't me, was it you?
Yeah, they're all like, it was definitely Harry. I'm glad that I wasn't the only one to get the wrong side of the line then.
Yeah.
You're good. So for interior walls, you always put the double top plate on after because it's easier to get the wall up.
Yeah, it'd be hard to stand that up with all that weight on there.
Whereas just squeezing the top plate isn't that big of a deal. Yeah. This is the house here. Got the girls' room here, got the laundry right here, and then Desiree and my room here with the big nice windows, and then the Jack and Jill bathroom. Yeah, I mean, it's not huge, but dude, this is everything that we need. I can't wait to freaking live in this thing, dude. That's gonna be so great. It's just gonna be such a load off of my mind, knowing that we've got a good home for our family for years to come, you know. Obviously, eventually, we'll build the main house, but just knowing that I've got a really solid home base is gonna be huge. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Big thanks to Surfshark for sponsoring this episode, and as always, a huge thanks to our patrons. It's because of you guys that these videos are possible.
Oh, that could have been bad. Damn, I'm glad I didn't just break your nose or teeth.
Yeah, but what's worse is
I'd have
poured my nuts.
It was
I ain't worried about it. Your nuts will grow back, your teeth won't.